Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. A couple of weeks ago, I saw an article where a man accidentally stabbed himself to death with a knife on a lanyard outside a birthday party. It's absolutely shocking. People are still celebrating birthdays. But it is tragic, and I'd like to dive deeper into the story and talk about neck knives. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. Thanks. Let's have a closer look at this article. So a Massachusetts man died after allegedly stabbing himself by accident. So as you can see in front of you, it's a freak accident. But the key thing is this gentleman was wearing a neck knife or a knife attached to a lanyard, and if you read the last paragraph, it says a law enforcement source told them that Mr. Kennedy's death was allegedly caused by a knife necklace rather than a knife attached to a lanyard. Now, I'm not exactly sure what a knife necklace is. What you see in front of you here is a neck knife, which is basically a knife attached to a lanyard. And this is the Essie Azula, and this has my survival kit on it. I've done a video on this. You can check that out in the link in the card above or the description below. But traditionally, I think as what we know neck knives are, they are basically knives on sheaths with a lanyard. Here's one as well. This is by Two Knife. It's called the Runer. Much smaller knife, as you can see. This is just like a 2-inch blade. Now there are some knives which I think are too big, although they're sold as neck knives. For example, this one over here was sold as a neck knife, but it's really heavy. It's like a Skinner knife, full tang, very heavy. Now the sheath is not bad. It's a Kydex sheath, but if you were to run, I can imagine that being a bit dangerous. I wouldn't use that as a neck knife, but use that on the belt. But something like this, really small, though there's a clip here, you could definitely use this as a neck knife. Mora also has a great neck knife as well, designed as a neck knife. And this one here also designed as a neck knife, although you could, of course, put it on the belt as well. So the question is, how dangerous is this? I've actually seen discussions on this, and it's kind of 50-50. There are people who think you should not wear a neck knife, it's too dangerous, and there are others who said, you know, it makes no difference as long as you're comfortable. Personally, I don't always carry a neck knife. Now, in an urban setting, I never carry a neck knife. I've read that people do use it to conceal a knife, and they wear it inside their shirt, but I would never do that. Carrying a neck knife around with a fixed blade, especially where I'm from, would seem really strange. It's not something what people would normally do. And if you just for whatever reason happen to be stopped by authorities, or there's a situation and you're searched and you have a neck knife like that around your neck, it's probably harder to explain than having, let's say, a folder in your pocket, or a Swiss Army knife, or a multi-tool. I do have this set up for jungle kind of hiking, and I actually have used this before many times when I do not want to carry a full belt, which I do have, and that's where my parang and my knife would be, my fixed blade, as well as my water and other administrative pouches. But if I'm going for just a short hike and I do not want to really suit up or gear up, then I might carry this because I do want to keep my pockets loose. I don't like heavy things in my pockets. Then I have used this kind of setup, and I've found that it's pretty fine. I've had really no issues with it. I don't find that it's too heavy, gets in the way. It's been quite comfortable, and I can get easy access to it when I need to use the knife. Putting back, of course, you do have to be a bit more careful as you push it up. Now, I think in any case, for any neck knife that you have, the sheath or the holder for the knife is critical, right? If it's not a well-made sheath, then easily it could either fall out or it could pierce through if something happens. Now let's go back to the news article and just have a look if there's more information. Well, not really any more information, because he apparently tripped in the parking lot as he was walking to a bus to get home, and that caused him to injure himself with the knife. So there's no real details. Obviously, he must have stabbed himself with the knife. So it wasn't the case of the lanyard choking him, because that can happen if you have a neck knife and you're carrying on a paracord or a lanyard. Now, if this gets caught on something and you trip and fall, it can choke you, it can pull on your neck, cause serious damage. That's why if you do wear a neck knife and you have a lanyard, you want to have a breakaway connector like that. So that's just plastic, so there's a big tug that would just break and that would prevent any serious injury. So, but based on the news article, it doesn't seem like he was hurt by the lanyard itself, although they talked about that knife necklace. Now, if you know what a knife necklace is, let me know. Maybe it's some gimmicky thing which might be more dangerous. But if we're talking about a traditional neck knife, then the only other thing would be the sheath wasn't as good. He happened to fall down and this handle hit the ground and it kind of pierced up and maybe stabbed him at a vital organ or somewhere near his neck or heart or face. Again, no real details, so we can only speculate. But I think it's important to think about how safe it is to carry a neck knife. Personally, as I've mentioned, if you have the right sheath, you have a good breakaway lanyard, I personally think it's okay, and the knife shouldn't be too big as well. But do share with me your thoughts on this, and if you have any insight on this particular incident based on this news story, do let us know in the comments below. So, neck knives 100% unsafe, or is it just like any other sharp object? You do have to use it with care and be careful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.